As Director Curator of the Brauer Museum of Art, I am grateful for the opportunity to be here and to share works with you from the museum's permanent collection, displayed on easels across the ballroom, mainly on the back wall there, a piece over here, and a piece over there, kind of scattered throughout. The College of Engineering at Valparaiso University is made up of some of the most brilliant minds in the country. The creators of the pieces on display are too highly regarded for their brilliance, but the gifts and contributions belong largely to a hemisphere of the brain occupied with creative pursuits, as opposed to the more analytical hemisphere that might drive more of the engineers in their investigations. Although the larger point is, one hemisphere depends on the other for optimum performance and fully rounded perspectives. Let me say that we at Valparaiso University today, for the Innovators Cafe, are happy to present you this afternoon with an entire brain. Bon appetit, by the way, by which your minds and spirits can be engaged and inspired. I'm here because of the wonderful vision of Gregg who came up with the idea of having an accompanying art display and using that art to make the interesting point that inspiration and originality, innovation, can come from a variety of sources, and that we ignore foreign or seemingly unrelated sources of ideas at our own peril. Owenichek makes the point that an exposure to all points of view, an education of the mind, body, and spirit, an emphasis on well-rounded experience bases, all of these notions inform what is known as the Valpo model. Engineering students draw from their faith and the sensitivity or insight they've identified through their studies of the arts in various forms to be extra capable in their fields, able to relate well on personal levels, and considering elegance and human agents in their projects. I'm grateful for the opportunity to work with Owenichek and Patty Sokol, a remarkably organized and dedicated individual who herself blends practical and creative approaches to her duties. John Davies is another visionary who sees the need for and worth of innovation. Davies' every activity reflects an innovative spirit where a grand and artistic idea encounters immediate, practical considerations and is forced to change form, but never ultimately is compromised in quality or the satisfaction of all involved. Davies saw the worth in including art in a program on innovation in the context of engineering, understanding that while the art offers lovely accompanying entertainment, it too demonstrates from the other perspective how one half of the brain benefits from input from the other half. In other words, if you attendees see the evidence and benefit of analytical considerations in art through the examples here, imagine how Valpo engineers must have an advantage in their endeavors due to their exposure to the arts and explorations of the spirit. Among the pieces displayed here, one in particular relates particularly clearly and interestingly to collaboration or connection between the College of Engineering and the Campus Art Museum. Famed photorealist Tom Blackwell, in his painting Millennium Series Aqueduct, which would be the one straight back with the two M's, and is also reproduced in your program. Blackwell combines images of Roman arches with circuit boards from a computer. Over these images are the letter M, referring to the year 2000. Blackwell in this painting, a two-part painting, or diptych, seems to say that the innovations 2,000 years ago are the one that led to today's microchip. Think of the film 2001: A Space Odyssey. Everyone familiar with that film? Where the caveman at the beginning of the film tosses the leg bone, the first tool, into the air, at which point the leg bone becomes a spaceship. The initial innovation, the eureka moment, the bolt of inspiration visually represented in 2001 as the monolith, the big black slab, but possibly representing divine inspiration, a thought triggered by creative juxtaposition or artistic insight, or novel filling of a need, paves the way for further innovations that unfold and follow one another at an alarming and exciting rate. Blackwell pleases us aesthetically with color, texture, and composition, and also communicates a message to us, the viewers, probably because the message meant much to him as he realized that art engages the heart and the intellect, and that the two intertwined in some contexts produces results of a complexity and endurance. Another example, the Andy Warhol soup can toward the back. An engineer designed the Campbell soup can, taking into account the longevity of the can, its capacity for holding pressure, its affordable production, etc. Artist Andy Warhol carefully registered silk screens to produce an image of the can, an image he ceased to see as an object, as a work of design in the case of the can's label. He ceased to see it as something other than an icon. Warhol, through his straightforward presentation of the soup can, shared with us the idea that things in this world, in their prevalence, even omnipresence, move past optical seeing into a kind of intuitive seeing, the likes of which we thought reserved for spiritual entities. He showed us the same things about celebrities, forcing us to be aware of how images control us, not the other way around. Visual artists and engineers reveal the complexities of the soup can in respective realms of initial fabrication and eventual cultural significance. The elaborate processes of the world that lead to appreciation for each aspect of this consumer product are edifying and marvelous. By the same token, mathematical diagrams and models bring to our awareness the ways that this field includes the most fascinating systems of order. Patterns underlying all aspects of life on this planet are displayed beneath the lens of a microscope or on a data-covered blackboard. Expand upon these elaborate schematics, transform molecules into curious beasties and gargoyles, and you have the magical designs of M.C. Escher. Just to the left of this soup can, the Escher print. The Brauer's Escher was a donation from J. Christopher, a true innovator, who appreciated the rhythms and harmonies of Escher's configurations and thought others could benefit from truly seeing a rare original Escher, the first one I've ever seen, frankly, an original, and thought that others could benefit seeing the way that the Escher demonstrates the artist's innovative combination of art and mathematical principle. Some of the displayed pieces refer in a narrative fashion directly to analytical modes of thought and pursuits of a scientific nature, and others reflect innovative approaches to the making of art. Ansel Adams, for example, two over from the soup can, the landscape photograph. Ansel Adams had a gift of seeing the perfect photographic subject, but was also the consummate craftsman, and his darkroom was a precision laboratory. These pieces currently on display in others, including John Rush's painting for the South Shore poster and all of its accompanying preparatory sketches, will be shown again in a follow-up exhibition in Gallery 1212 of the Brauer Museum of Art from April 1st through May 10th. I welcome your questions about the pieces during today's program, and I'm proud to share these works from the museum's first-rate collection. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today.